land of grits and gravy, ready to rock with gas and gears. The Atlanta Motor Speedway filling up over 110,000 fans, anxious to cheer their heroes as they head out onto a...
Things coming into Atlanta. Sterling Marlin with a 7. As you have a look back through the way they will line up today.
Well, let me see if I can raise one of my buddies back there in the back in the 38 starting position. Rusty Wallace, this is a DW up in the TV booth. How you read, bud?
D-Dub, got you loud and clear, buddy.
Hey, bud, you got that old heap tuned up, ready to go to the front?
I believe so. I just did a driver here qualifying, so I'm going to pay for it today. Got a pretty good car here. It's one of my favorite cars. Hope we get it tuned up right.
What are you worried about today, Rusty? What are you worried about today? Tires, track, weather? What's your big concern?
Concern right now is, Gerald, usually this racetrack's real loose in the start of the race. I think it'll probably be real loose, and then as the track cooler, as the sun goes down halfway through the race, it's going to get real tight. So we're just going to make sure that we can manage the first part of the race and get her turning real good later on.
All right, you the man. Get up on the wheel and hang on to her, bud, and we'll watch you from up here. Good luck.
Have a good day.
Here are those provisional drivers we spoke of. Look at the veterans back there. Rusty Wallace, Ricky Rudd, Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, all relegated to take provisional starting spots, as were Brett Bodine and Casey Atwood, and Dick Trickle in the Dave Marcus car.
And two cars that will have to go to the rear of the field because changing engines after qualifying met
125 laps will make up the race distance. And the pit window here.
Air temperature right here, 48 degrees. That's belts tight. Let's go racing.
Here we come. We're going to come down here. We're waiting on that flagman. We're going to wait. We're going to wait. Go, go, go. The green is out. And, folks, we're going to boogity, boogity, boogity on into that first curve and watch them go.
Bill Elliott's car really jumped sideways as he came up through the gears, but he's fending off Ryan Newman off at 2.
One of the reasons for that, the top 10 qualifiers, they get their tires confiscated. They haven't been run on since they qualified.
Well, it shoves it in there.
Yes, he does. Bill knows if I'm going to lead, it's got to be now because he doesn't want to get back in all that traffic.
Who will lead the first lap? Here they come. Newman on the outside. It's Newman.
Gerald had to be a little bit nervous about that second groove because the rubber's been washed off like we talked about, but some of those cars are going right there to it.
It's very fast up there. They did do some practicing up there, but a lot of that dust, you see dust flying up little rooster tails behind some of the cars. They go off the corner.
Look at the run. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and that Budweiser car got off turn 2. He's going to take the second spot away from Bill Elliott.
Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch right with them, side by side in the fourth.
I'll have to agree with Hammond. I believe today is going to be Junior's day. I think this is a track where...
Darrell, I talked to this guy earlier.
Darrell, how many times have I heard that?
And he feels like he's got his head screwed on right today, and the car's working really well. Guys, he just had his hands full in turn 2. Bill Elliott got...
Give.
Jimmy Johnson, he's got a car inside, which was...
Benson's got his hands full. He's slip sliding. He's up there in that top groove trying to get out of the way. About lost it going in 3 there a while ago.
He lost about 5 positions on that lap alone.
She's a little jukey on him.
Robbie Gordon back to figure into this when things get going, and this saw Tony Stewart define loose coming off that last corner.
With Atlanta, he scored his best career finish last fall here with a 9th, but last fall he needed some luck, and he found this little hula dancer. If you recall back in the movie Space Cowboys, which is one of Tony's favorites, Kurt Busch in that 97 car, he was 3/10 of a quick lap faster than Ryan Newman leading this race. He's running down to the inside into turn 3.
Inside. Clear.
Put a 6 on the side of that 97 car, and that looked familiar to me.
Wait, his crew.
Tony Furr this morning, they were fast yesterday. They were a little concerned about their car, but he felt like these cooler temperatures.
I said, Junior, I just can't get my car to work right here at Atlanta. I always got to run up next to the wall. Boy, that car don't have no idea where.
You saw he drove it in a lot deeper. His miles per hour was about 2 or 3 miles an hour high.
Well, you can drive it in high like that, and you can really get a run.
And look at there in the middle of the corner, 163 to 154. That's a big difference. That's the reason he's fixing to take the lead.
Yeah, you got to back off a little early to stay low. Down the outside, you can just carry it on in there. Now, good thing about Tony's car, where was he earlier? On the bottom, where is he now? On the top, he can go anywhere he wants to.
That's what it takes to win the race here.
Tony Stewart becomes the race's 3rd different leader after Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch.
listen, he gave us some pretty good insight on what he feels about.
We got a lead change going on here right now as Kurt Busch is trying to go underneath the 20 car of Tony Stewart down into 1. Boy, Jeff, I don't know if you can see that pass or not, but Busch, he just about lost it. He got up against that slow car, and he was really fishtailing out. Here on this slow car, you can see it's Mike Skinner. Watch this. Just about runs out of real estate. Watch this. He just tried to slide in there, and there's just not enough room, and, buddy, that could have been disastrous. Look what lap it is, big guy. Calm down, follow the man for a little bit, and save your race car. You can win this race. Yeah, not only big trouble. We're going to crash. We're going to crash.
Trickle hit the wall hard out of turn 2 and then spun around and center punched into the back straightaway wall.
That car it took a hard right, and then all of a sudden it shot straight back to the left. Or vice versa. Hard left and back to the right.
Just prior to that, Bobby Labonte had taken his car to the garage. Now, Hut Strickland was in the garage earlier for 20 laps, but they made repairs to his Bill Davis Dodge, and he came back out.
Boy, look at the nose of that car. He knocked the fire out of that wall. Flattened the nose. Watch this. Oh, he got up there and got up high in the loose stuff. Lost it. Got the hospital wobble in her right there.
Boy, there's the points leader, Sterling Martin, the 40 car right below him right there.
That's a hard lick, guys.
Yes, it was.
Thank goodness for the Honda device.
Bam.
Trying to save it, and away it goes. The driver's net, the window net is down. That's a signal to the safety crews from Dick Trickle that he is okay and will be able to climb out of that car.
Another timely pit stop. You've had a green stop, now you've got one under caution to work on it. Jeannie.
And the birthday boy making his way into the pits in 17 of Matt Kenseth. Very pleased with this car. He's going to...
Stewart, Earnhardt Jr., Busch, Kenseth, Jarrett.
Great.
Then rookie Jimmy Johnson, Elliott, Ward Burton, Jerry Nadeau, and Jeff Gordon up into the top 10. Here we go.
They're all bottled up here. 12 car right there in the middle, 3 wide. Watch Schrader.
Oh, we've seen that so many times today, though. It's not that John Andretti just moves up into him. It's just the car moves up there. You're carrying so much momentum. So his crew is preparing to pit the 48 car in the caution.
I think Earnhardt Jr. had enough of that thing running sideways.
I mean, you saw on the Fox track over 10 miles an hour faster down there in the middle of the corner.
See, it's finally dawned on him. I'm going to wreck this thing if I keep doing that. So he's going to back off and ride a little bit.
Just look at the interval. Look how much ground he's losing. I mean, every foot there he's losing ground.
But I'm telling you, when I say you're going to get behind on your steering,
Caution is out here at Atlanta. A big puff of smoke from Brett Bodine's car as he rolled off into turn number 3. He has coasted into the garage, and the caution is out.
And pit road will be busy.
That last 100 miles.
And all that strategy out the window.
Yeah. The dreaded smoke out the tailpipe.
But you should look at the efficiency here. Tony Stewart comes in first, goes out second. Right here, a good stop. Look at the difference right here, 48.7. We saw it over there on the pit stop a while ago, but Kurt Busch, a real loser, comes in third and goes out 12th. So both the Roush cars losing on that pit stop.
Not too good.
Tony Stewart, Terry Labonte, Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Craven, Ryan Newman, and point leader Sterling Marlin.
He has clear sailing, but he only has those 2 right side tires. And there's been a lot of guys that can handle 2 tires. Ward Burton's the only one that can. Steve, why did the 97 lose so much ground? Well, the tires off turn 4. Ward Burton going to make that car nice and wide.
Yeah, I don't see no way. There's no way you can hold off that 22 car on 4 tires. Matt, what's going on with the 24?
Well, DW, that team did not want to see that caution come out because, remember, he was one of the 3 other Hendrick cars. Jimmy Johnson stayed out, but the 5, 25, and 24 came in the top off. They could have gone the distance. They didn't want to see that caution.
All that strategy for naught. Everybody now has the fuel to go to the checkered flag. Stewart for the lead inside of Ward Burton.
I don't believe he can hold off those 4 tires on that good a race car. Not for long. I mean, 2 tires obviously can run pretty good, but he can't run good for long.
fresh tires, too, all over the back.
Slide up right there. Can't quite do it. Tony does. Can't quite make the move. Boy, I tell you what, the 31 car and the 88 over there off the turn 2. Ooh, that got exciting.
Ward gets a good run off the corner, though.
Got that high line up there on the outside.
And the high line's a little easier.
Whoa, turn 2.
Big.
Around goes Johnny Benson, and in the cloud of smoke, cars go spinning.
Bill Elliott, the 9, and he's in the inside wall.
Race to the caution. Side by side, it'll be too close for me to call.
20 car. Ward Burton. 20. 44 got his lap back, but I believe the 20 car on the inside looked ahead to me.
Benson moving. I think that was Bill Elliott. He just drove past, stopped against the inside wall. As once Benson got sideways, there's John Andretti. Once Benson got sideways, there was smoke everywhere. Boy, and there's Elliott, the pole sitter. There's Benson up high outside of Andretti.
Over in turn 2.
Ooh, just gets loose.
43. And then tips Nadeau to the wall.
Bill must be coming along here in the smoke. Can't see.
There he is. Flashing past on the outside.
Yeah.
Back to the inside.
Jerry Nadeau, he got up against the wall enough to get the quarter panel down on the tire.
Oh, he got into the wall hard, Nadeau did.
Darrell, explain. The back end on Andretti's car started to come around. How is it he hit Benson with the front end?
Well, what happens is it comes off the corner, the back end starts to come around, you correct to the right. When the car straightens itself back up, you just no driver's quick enough to keep the car hitting back to the left. Or back out to the right again. It just bobbles. Okay, JB.
Oh. I hate that sound.
That's not a good sound.
I hate that sound.
50 miles an hour. Start-finish line over 100 miles an hour.
Oh, these 800 horsepower, it doesn't take long to get up to 170 miles an hour. By the time you hit high gear, you got her rolling, buddy.
31 laps to go.
Car smoking back here in the middle of 1 and 2.
I think that's Shauna Robinson. It is. She is running 12 laps off the pace in 36th position.
Goes to the high side, working the high side.
That's just another thing I love about the tires this year. Boy, it's getting tough over there. Dale Jarrett got into the wall over there by the 31 car. I think it's wounded him. I think it's wounded the 97.
What happened to Kurt Busch? Did he get up in the wall?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. That's okay. That's okay.
You have to gather it back up.
Got to get all the stuff knocked off his tires, and he'll be all right.
Bill Elliott's been released from the care center. He is okay after that wreck.
Watch the 31 down under the 88. And I believe he hurts this 88 car when he puts it up. 31 gets loose like we saw early. Doesn't give him a lot of room. I don't think he got into it, though. It looked like from earlier that they possibly did, but he lost a lot of ground.
One inside, 10-4, I see it.
Turn 2 gets really slick over there. As you later in the day, it gets just lose grip.
Dale Jarrett now 13th. That's been up as high as 6th. Darrell, if you get sent way up in that loose stuff at this stage in the race, do you place right now?
I tell you, just set yourself up for big can't make the pass.
I believe he'll do it going down in turn 1, though.
I think Ward he'll let him go to some degree because I think Ward knows he's got 4 tires. He just thinks that he better follow him because he's better off.
And that sets a new record for the number of lead changes in this race at 34.
Well, Ward's all over the back of him, though. I tell you, that old Dodge got some ponies under the hood. He ain't done yet. He's going to fight back.
Still out there.
Going to make a race out of it. Larry, would you have thought 2 tires was able to pull that off?
I never would have thought, but if we talked earlier, Ward Burton, he's
still there. He's coming outside with you.
Right tires over.
And we saw Dale Jr. He's right where he was last year in this race, right up there fighting for the lead with about 10 or 12 to go. He had a flat tire. Flat tires have plagued him a lot this year. We need to keep an eye on it.
That Budweiser car, he got a run off turn 2 down the
season, and right now they're running first.
1 car. They're all right in there in a wad.
Somebody told these boys there's less than 20 laps. Now he's up here, as you say, in the 13th position.
You know what? Of course, Ward only took 2 tires as well, so looks like I started to say that maybe Rusty took 4, but I don't see how he could have, Larry, and been up as far in the lineup as he was when he came in the pits.
Kesset coming underneath Ward Burton. 10 laps to go.
There's 4 tires down underneath those guys.
Down at the bottom digging.
Right.
10 laps to go. It's been 4 races in Atlanta since the driver who was leading with 10 laps to go ended up winning the race.
Well, there's something wrong right now because these guys ought to be running side by side coming down here to take the checkered flag. we got to get them tightened up. It should not be a caution.
It's Jerry Nadeau.
The car's out of the way. There's nothing wrong.
We stay green. We stay green.
It stayed green. He spun it around and he kept on going.
There are your young guns, Darrell. First, second, third, fourth.
Like I said, late 29s or early 30s. You go figure it out. I never could.
That's prime time, huh?
That's when they're supposed to be at their best. Watch this.
Jerry Nadeau's spin.
He just was up there. And boy, he almost got right into Joe Nemechek in the 26 car. Looked like he was just so high. Darrell, he got up there in the stuff where you don't run, probably gets on your tires and just comes around.
Picked up some stuff on his tires, Matt.
Turn 4. Stewart, the high line. Junior, the low line is coming.
Here he comes.
He cuts the gap in half. But Tony Stewart scores his first super speedway win in over a year.
Pretty dominant little performance there, Larry.
Yes, it was. Dale Earnhardt Jr., of course, second. But how about that man that finishes third, Jimmy Johnson, and only his 7th Winston Cup start?
It was a great run for him today. And Chad, he didn't fall out of the seat, bud. He stayed up on that wheel for you.
Rusty Wallace 6th. Ward Burton, Mark Martin from Provisional Lamb, 2 of them. Sterling Marlin, the point leader, and rookie Ryan Newman, the outside pole sitter.
Who came in here second points, Ryan Newman.
Kurt Busch. Tony Stewart lights him up. Steve Burns.
All right, thanks, Mike. Tony Stewart. Playing the whole Home Depot team. We came out here last year for some reason or another, but we were today.
And be able to march as we have. You know, we finished 6th in Vegas.
Onto the lead, Ryan Newman second, but Tony Stewart, remember, last at Daytona, but jumping up to 5th